Alright, before we get this episode started, after you watch this, if you enjoy it, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and my channel. A big thank you to you for that. Now, here's this week's episode. Sandy and I were headed up north for at least a week at the lake cabin. And you could tell Packer season would soon be upon us, as we saw the green and gold porta potties moving along the highway heading north. Hey, even the porta potties were green and gold in the fall. Only in Wisconsin will you see this. Now, we were planning on doing a little fishing, and I planned on getting out into the woods to set trail cams and do a little scouting for the fall bow season. Yes, sir, after our health issues, everything was looking like it was getting back to normal. Had a beautiful sunrise this morning. Got some pictures when I went out to build the boat. But it's going to be a scorcher today. Going to be in the 80s with higher humidity today. So we're going to do some bass fishing this afternoon, Sandy and I. It's July 31st, about 4:30 in the afternoon, and joining me on the boat today is my wife Sandy. Hello. And we're out here, we're going to do some bass fishing, some pan fishing, and see what happens for the next 2 hours. Come on along, let's show you some fish. Be with you shortly. All right, so we're starting out. We're going to throw some little rapalas, and Sandy wanted the brown trout. So she's throwing a brown trout, and I picked a nice little perch. So it's the perch versus the brown trout. So let's see what happens in here. So we're in what we call Turtle Bay on this lake. And nice calm little bay with some shade. We figured we'd start here. And let's get lures in the water.
Got one.
Oh, she's got one already. Keep it in the water, Sandy. Keep it in the water.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Nice smallmouth.
Yay for polka dots. I like this.
All right. Release the line a little here for me. All right. And he really hooked himself now.
Oh yeah, I see that. Went right through.
Okay. There you go. Make sure you're on. And we gotta get a couple pictures here.
You're sticky.
Yep.
Have patience, little guy.
Hold your push it out, show it to the camera. I got a fish.
You got a fish?
All right.
I mean, as soon as it hit the water, boom.
Yeah.
It was a boom.
Okay, release time, first fish, first cast, hit right away, right?
Yes.
Okay, here's
awesome.
the release.
All right, stay by.
He's gone under the boat.
Under the boat.
First fish. Hey, I can show your hat.
Oh yeah.
Rapant Outdoors 360, first fish in a boat.
2 thumbs up.
There you go. Well, there I am. I'm the net guy and the unhook the fish guy. I hope I can fish tonight.
With a cute butt.
All right, let's go get some more.
All right?
Yeah. Fish on. Oh, I lost him. I lost him. I'm 0 for 1. He was on and I lost him. There we go. That's a better one. Oh, I lost them. I lost 2 of them. I've had three strikes and I lost 2 of them. Are these hooks even on? Yeah, I got 2 treble hooks.
Yeah.
That was a bigger fish too.
After that fast start with Sandy catching a bass on her very first cast, and me missing the hook sets on those 3 finicky hits, it was like turning off a light switch. The action came to an abrupt stop.
And it's frustrating, you know. We had action right away, and now it's just nothing. The fact that I had 3 hits and now nothing. I'm going to switch to a spinner bait.
Okay.
If I start catching them on a spinner, then we'll get you hooked up with a spinner bait.
All right.
And seeing that your brown trout pattern is the only one that landed a fish, I just happen to have a spinner bait. Sandy, I just happen to have a spinner bait with a blade. That's a brown trout.
Oh.
So I'm gonna throw that one. That gives off a little bit of a different vibration, and see if they'll come and chase. All of a sudden they're not chasing. I'll show you what I'm pitching. There.
It's hard to catch
We're
fish
working.
on this, like some days.
Yeah, it is sometimes. We're working this Panther Martin with a brown trout blade on it. Again, a smaller style lure yet. Well, let's give it 3 more casts here and then we'll switch to bobbers and see if we get some action. I'm going to get our bobber rods rigged up with some bait. Now, we're going to go to our Berkeley Gulp Alive little grubs, kind of like waxies you'd use for ice fishing.
The only thing missing is catching itself.
Would you want green or white on yours? What color?
That one.
Well, there's Sandy with her bobber in the water. Let's just hope the action picks up.
What?
I said let's hope the action picks up. It's pretty slow tonight.
I know.
So right now we're looking for some panfish. We got some bobbers with a 16th ounce jig and some Berkeley Gulp Alive like waxies.
Now we work the back corner of this bay that usually produces well for us because it has numerous down trees providing a lot of cover for panfish. But today, nothing except this one wildlife encounter.
There's a mom mallard and her little ones in the back of the bay here. I've had 1 strike in here and that's it, so. Oh, they're feeding. Get all your ducks in a row. That's where the saying comes from. Check it out. Look at that. All your ducks are in a row.
Now, we tried other locations, but came up with the same results. At the end, I even went to a larger topwater bait, but it was of no help. And as quick as the action was at the start, it shut down for the rest of the evening. Now, although the hot and muggy weather continued and fishing remained tough, later in the week I was able to land this one above average Wisconsin largemouth bass. But I couldn't count on fishing all the time, as I was headed out into the woods for some scouting and trail cam setups for the upcoming fall bow season.
Taking a break from fishing here for a little bit. Been up at the lake cabin for a week, doing some musky chasing and some fishing. And I'm taking an afternoon here. It's the coolest day of the week. It's still in the 80s, but humidity is down around 52% instead of up in the 90s. So I figured today would be a good day to get out and get the trail cam set on the public hunting here in the north woods of Wisconsin with the lake cabin as my base camp. So we're headed out and catch you out in the woods, guys. Okay, it's time to set trail cams. It's late. As you know, I had health issues. My wife had some health issues. So it's the end of July and I'm first getting out here to set trail cams for fall bow season. But hey, you do what you got to do. We'll keep them up for about 4 weeks. I'll pull them around Labor Day or just before Labor Day, because bow season starts the 15th of September. Doesn't look like there's been a lot of traffic in here. If there was truck traffic, all of this stuff in the center would be bent over. So that's a good sign. I do see some walking trail traffic though. So as usual, we're going to keep our eyes open for some deer sign. And if we spot anything interesting, we'll make sure we get it on camera. So stick with us. We're getting trail cam set for fall bow season. I hear what I think is a deer in here. Let's see if something busts out across the trail. I heard it pumping in there. It sounded like it was going down and breaking this way. That's why I got the camera on. Definitely was a deer. We had some deer activity for sure. I know the sound of a deer running away from me when I spook one. I don't see any limbs on any, the thin limbs moving or anything. He may have been in a little bit deeper and angled deeper in. So, all right, first contact. Definite deer for sure. Now, our first sign of hoof prints from deer. But what's bothered me is these low spots aren't containing any water. Ah, here we go. Here's a deeper spot, got some water. Let's see what we got up here. I'll tell you what though, it ain't very deep, this water. But there are prints all over here. So those are definite deer prints in here. Let's zoom in here on this angle. Yeah, a lot of deer prints here. So they are utilizing the water holes like I figured they would. But see, like here, I'm worried because these are pretty well dried up. And now this one, I guess, oh, right here. I don't know if you can pick that up or not. Let's zoom in on there. There you go. So, and we got some what looks like fawn, smaller deer footprints in here, but this one's dried up. That bothers me. And this one, see, these are pretty damn dry. But again, that's small. Those are small footprints. Those are fawn. And I can see some ATV tire marks. So yeah, these are all dried up. And again, small fawn prints in here. But we did see a couple bigger deer prints, but the vast majority are small fawn prints in there. So, okay, stick with us. Like I said, we will run across any info or anything interesting to show you, and we'll make sure we get on the camera for you. So stick with us. Here's that first crossroads that we went down last season, down that way, and found that other crossroads on the north side, but we had our camera screwed around with over there, so I'm not going to set one up there. Besides, traffic there was light compared to what I had at the other trail cameras, so this looks like there's been more traffic through here. This is worn down pretty good here. Okay, let's check this out. You can see a walking trail here. Could be deer, could be human. Kind of narrow though. This is laid down pretty good right here though. And that water hole is right here. And there is no water in it at all. Nothing. But I tell you what, this sure looks like a scrape right here, which is a little unusual. But we did see that last year in some of our videos. I think we're going to get a trail cam up here. Yeah, we're going to get that trail cam set up here like we did last year. Same position. Alright, and let's see what's going on right there. Okay, so we're going to set the trail cam up on this tree right here. So we're going to do a little videotaping here of how we put this on the tree. And there it is. It's going to be right over there where that water hole is dried up. But you saw it, I put it on camera. It looks like there's a deer in there making a scrape. Okay, let's see what happens with this one. We got 1 down, 3 to go. I think we're going to head through the woods down here to the area by that ridge line, but further in. And we're going to set up a camera down there and see what's moving, so stick with us. Yeah, this is the spot. Right here is where I had my ground blind set up. And like I said, right out here is the main walking trail, truck trail, ATV trail. And I had my hunt busted a couple times. So we did scout in here early spring. Hey, there we go. We got turkey sign. Nice, nice, nice. We got ourselves a feather. Let's keep going, see if we can find a spot that we want to set up for bow season this year. And right now, this area right here, I like the concealment here going back towards the trail if I sit here. And this is kind of open through here for shooting with a crossbow. Now if I bring a little, my little ladder, the ladder would go on that pretty good. I could get a stand up there and I'm pretty well hidden in by that stuff. And I could add extra foliage up there to hide me from behind. So we can go up like 8 to 10 feet on this tree. And then that would be I'm reaching up maybe about 7. That's my view from, well, maybe 6.5 feet up the tree. That's my view from 6.5 feet up the tree. This may be the spot for me. So, alright, that's it. Here goes some more turkey sign. we had a wing feather out there.
And this is either a body feather or it's a feather from the base area of the tail.
There's another one over there. There's another feather here. Yeah, these are definitely small. Another small one right there. So, very cool. Some more turkey sign. And we know we've got deer sign. Bull hunting. So, what do we got here? Alright, what do we got here? We've got a feather and we've got scat. Here's the feather. That's turkey feather. And that's coyote scat with a feather right there. Alright. A lot of turkey sign. And our first sign of coyote scat. Yeah, on the way out last year I spooked a big buck. Never got a look at the rack size. It was at dusk. All I saw was the tail end of white. If it wasn't a big buck, it was an awful big doe. But I put a camera on there this spring for a while for turkey hunting. We had some deer activity, but not much in the spring. So I'm going to get one on there now, on that trail in that, what I think was a bedding area. We're going to get in there and check that out with the 2 cameras in there. So there, that area is back in here someplace. And I think I'm going to leave that alone. It's pretty thick in there. I don't see a lot of evidence of any trails. I walk all the way back in there and not find any trails. There'd have to be a trail leading through here. Let's see, it looks like a little bit here and then it just kind of ends. Huh. Well, if we don't find a way in, if we don't find an animal trail going into that area, we'll just put the 2 cams up and call it a day. But again, I don't really see any open, well-used trail in there anyplace. So, all right, we're going to head back to the truck, and I think we're going to pull off. I got some time. We're going to check out that other area of public hunting where I had cameras out this spring, where they did all that logging. See what's going on over there. Okay, there's more to come. Stick with us. Found another feather. I don't know. Blue with a white tip. Blue jay possibly? I would think that's a big blue jay. Change of plans. I'm starting to act like I'm at 100%. Which I kind of feel like I am, but we just spent 2 hours in the woods hoofing with a heavy pack in and out. I don't think I'm going to push it to hit that other area. We got a couple of cameras out on this public hunting here. We'll check those in a month. I'm planning on bull hunting this parcel anyways. This is at 255 acres. I barely touched, and I don't want to overdo it. This is my first big excursion out. I mean, I've been doing physical work all week too. Anyways, I think we're going to call it. We got our trail camera set. That's it.
Well, changed my mind again. Driving by that other public hunting land, I noticed that the logging operations are all done. All the equipment's gone, and so are the logs. So I decided to turn in and check it out a little bit.
All right. I just pulled off the road. Sorry for the loud noise. I got the air going full blast here in the truck to cool off. But this is the other area that they logged, and they got all the logs out of here now. So might just take a ride a little further back. That's going to be awful tough from here. Just looking to see if there's any animal trails that would be utilized here. What do we got here? Go around this way. Yeah, I had a couple trail cams out in here. One was sawed off. I had to recover it at the DNR. It was on a tree that was harvested. They were pretty nice about it though. So this is all cleaned up. In here they took trees out too. I know this goes down to a big open area, so I'll go down that far and then I'll turn around there. Now one of my cameras is right up here. This is a low area bowl. I'm gonna just turn this down a bit. So this area kind of is a low area right here, and I had a trail cam on up there, but the only thing I got was all of the guys working, taking down the trees with their heavy equipment. And I walked back in this direction too. It's pretty dense out there. And then I walked all this way back here. This opens up back here. This is that open area I was talking about out here. But there's a possibility to maybe sit on the edge here someplace. Put a trail cam up right in here someplace. And I'm thinking this would be my turnaround right here. And just for the heck of it here, see, look at this. Although this open field, how many deer would come right across this open field? You know, they'd creature of edges, you know, but still. I think this is a fire lane. I think I'm just going to back up here and turn around. Alright, like I said, I don't think I want to push it too much. We took a ride over here to look around. If I could get out, on the way back I'm going to look real close again. If I find a spot I think I can put up a trail cam right out of the truck, I'll do it. I'm going to drive out real slow and I'm going to take a look. You got an idea on this other side too. I've been in here, scouted a little bit, so a lot of public land to look at. The learning curve continues still to this day. I'm still learning about this property.
I was really excited and happy to be healthy enough to get out into the woods to set trail cams. And with missing my spring turkey hunt, I was so looking forward to the fall bow season. But little did I know what was going to happen later that night. Now returning home, I sat down to a nice homemade hamburger supper. While Sandy had gotten the sauce recipe from the famous West Coast In-N-Out burgers. So she made that sauce from scratch and she built the burgers. Man, they were delicious. Messy, but delicious. Now, after supper, I got a phone call from my contractor about doing the interior cabin work of fixing and replacing ceilings, walls, and floors in the kitchen and living room area, plus the same thing in the hallway area. Now, after finding the roof's ice dam damage in an early May cabin check of last year, I had to wait until the end of July. In fact, it was July 31st of last year to even get the roof repaired. So now all that was left was to get all the interior work done. So I was excited to finally hear from my general contractor, and I was anxious to find out when he'd be able to start work on the interior of the cabin. Now, I had secured a 1.5-year extension from my insurance company to finish all the interior work. And that was because I was having problems even getting a contractor to come out to give me a bid. And I had finally gotten one contractor to come out and give me the bid. So I was really excited to get this project started. But unfortunately, the news I got from my contractor was bad news. You see, he had a job to remodel a log cabin, and he was having supply issues that was dragging that job out. And therefore, the delays that were going on and off
was pushing out that completion date, and because of that, he couldn't start my interior cabin work until early next year. Great, just great. Now, he was the only contractor in the entire 20-mile radius that even decided to come out and give me a bid to accept the work. The general contractors and carpenters were so busy in this area because of the bad weather from a year and a half, 2 years ago that winter. There were collapsed roofs and everything. So here I sit, I got nobody else available. So I called my insurance company, explaining the situation to them, hoping to gain a further extension into next year so my contractor could finish the work here. Unfortunately, my insurance company turned me down, as I already had a year and a half extension. They said the interior work would have to be done by the end of this year.
Now, with this already being early August, I only had about 4.5 months to complete all the interior repair and replacement work for the ceilings, the walls, and flooring in the living room kitchen area and in the hallway area. And it certainly looked like I'm going to need all of that time because I'm going to become a one-man operation. I could just feel my fall bull hunting and fall muskie opportunities slipping away.
Well, with this latest development, yes, my fall bull hunting and fall muskie hunting came to an abrupt end before it even started.
But RO360's outdoor season won't end here. We'll continue to dip into our 20-plus years of outdoor adventure videos to fill in the fall hunting and fall fishing season.
And somewhere along the line, I'll include a finished look at the interior cabin remodel and upgrade. Hey, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on this season's next RO360's Flashback Outdoor Adventures. Feel free to comment below, or if you don't want to comment in the public eye, we can also be reached at rapantoutdoors360@gmail.com. Now, if you know somebody you think might enjoy this video series, please feel free to go ahead and share this video or this link with your friend. And as always, whether you fish or hunt, remember, practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that that resource is available for future generations. See you next time, guys.